The trolley problem, a famous and frequently parodied ethical dilemma. I am going to throw you into a series of increasingly absurd trolley problems. You can make the decision to pull the lever, or allow the trolley to continue on its path. Scenario 1. Every living human being on Earth is tied to a really long track in front of an unstoppable trolley. You can pull the lever to redirect the trolley, saving every human being on Earth. However, no one will thank you, no one will remember the incident, and everyone will return to their daily lives. If you do not pull the lever, every human being on Earth will die, except for you. You will be free to do whatever you want. Travel the world, eat whatever you want, whenever you want. Read books, hook up solar panels to your computer and play offline games. Shoot guns at random buildings. You have the opportunity to enjoy what remains of society until you and the last vestiges of human civilization inevitably crumble into dust. Will you pull the lever? Scenario 2. You are an infantry commander in the Korean War. You have just sent out a patrol of 20 men as part of a routine mission. You receive a short and urgent message from your men. Enemy force encountered. Very close. Before all further communications cease. There is an encroaching enemy force of unknown size approaching your main army of 500 men. The status of your patrol unit is unknown. There is an airstrike lever by your side. You can pull the lever to order an airstrike on the last known position of your men, decimating the enemy force at the cost of your patrol unit. Or you can call off the strike and risk the lives of the main army. What is your decision, Commander? Scenario 3. You are in the original trolley problem. You make a decision, but no matter what you do, a catastrophic failure occurs. The back wheels of the trolley somehow go onto the other track, resulting in multi-track drifting. Everyone is killed. Did your decision even matter in the first place? Scenario 4. You are in a severe economic depression as the sole breadwinner for a family of 5. You have a loving wife, 2 young daughters, and a sickly son who badly needs medicine. The unemployment rate of your country is 25%. You have a job as a lever operator for a trolley company, and you are paid half a cent per hour. Since you do not have any supervisors, you have the option to accidentally run people over. Starving orphans regularly play on the tracks, and several homeless people camp on the tracks during the night. The organs from a deceased individual can be illegally sold on the black market for 25 cents, which is enough for 2 small meals for the entire family, or 1 bottle of medicine for your son. The economic depression may continue for several years. Will you pull the lever? Scenario 5. Your balls are stuck in the track. There are infinite people ahead of the trolley. Do you pull the lever? Scenario 6. You suddenly wake up and realize that your hand is superglued to a trolley lever. Someone has tied a past version and a future version of you to the track. A trolley is heading full speed towards the future version of you. If you pull the lever, you can redirect the trolley so that the past version of you dies. You cannot remember ever being tied down to a trolley track. Assuming that your memory is absolutely correct, then it would be the best choice to redirect the trolley, since your past would be from an alternate timeline, and killing him would not affect your world line. Assuming that your memory is incorrect, and that you somehow have selective retrograde amnesia, or had select memories removed, then there can be several possibilities. If alternate timelines exist, then the conclusion would be the same. Redirect the trolley to kill your past self, since he is from a separate world line. But if the universe is self-consistent, then it would be impossible to change the past in a way that could affect your existence. There would be nothing to worry about, since the existence of your future self proves that the past you will survive. Redirecting the trolley towards your past self would probably even be the cause of your amnesia. However, if the trolley does kill your past self, this would violate the law of causality and result in a paradox. If the past version of you died, then the present you would never have existed. But if that were the case, no one would have been there to pull the lever, and your past self could not have died. Perhaps the universe will implode. In this case, maybe redirecting the trolley towards your future self would be the better choice to prevent the paradox. Or would the self-consistent universe simply force your hand to avoid the paradox? What will you do? Scenario 7. You have been selected to participate in a Mr. Beast challenge. Jimmy puts you in front of a lever and yells into the camera. I just bought this trolley and it is currently barreling full speed towards an orphanage. If this guy behind me stands there and does nothing, then he gets this briefcase of money. Or he can pull the lever to reset the trolley, walk away with a new iPhone, and double the money for the next contestant. The first contestant was offered $5,000, and the previous 10 contestants have all chosen to pull the lever. You are the 11th. Will you pull the lever? Scenario 8. Elon Musk has created the world's first genetically engineered catgirl. A large portion of the population believe that this scientific breakthrough in genetic engineering was the first step towards the gradual worldwide implementation of eugenics and genetic modification for human embryos. A particularly radical group tied the catgirl down to a trolley track. You were returning home from a convenience store and happened to see the scene unfold. You notice a lever that could redirect the trolley. If you pull the lever, you will save the catgirl. You will take her in and take care of her. However, she will reach the end of her lifespan and die after approximately 18 years. You will be relentlessly hunted down by the radicals, even after her death. Will you pull the lever? Scenario 9. You are part of a society that determines each person's worth based on an individual's ability to pull levers, which is assessed through test scores. When you were a child, you were discovered to be in the 99.9th percentile in lever pulling. You were better than 99.9% of the population in this regard. Everyone else would consider this to be a valuable and desirable talent. Everyone you have met, your relatives, friends, and teachers, label you as gifted. You do not grasp the concept of hard work because your talent allows you to easily breeze through your periodic lever pulling tests. However, as you get older, you notice that every subsequent lever pulling test increases in difficulty. You do not prepare or study for the tests, since you believe that your inborn talent will allow you to complete the tests without any issue. Your scores decline. One day, during the most important examination of your life, you approach a lever that you cannot pull. It is too difficult, too complicated for you to grasp. Your friends who have less talent and inborn ability than you pull it without any trouble. They have prepared for this test for their entire lives, and their preparation paid off. You are labeled a failure, and everyone looks at you with pitying eyes. Your personal identity, built on the belief that you were born a lever-pulling elite, is shattered. Will you realize your failure and work truly hard to pull this lever? Or will you sit back and fester in the pits of despair? Alright, that's all I have. See you around.